Let's go ahead and start up this SRT Jeep. All SRT Jeeps have a special decal icon that lights up. We're going to go ahead and get this piece going here. I always like to have it warmed up first. We're going to do a little bit more spirited driving. And if you like this type of content, again, with safety in mind, driving fundamentals, I will do this. It's 39 degrees, so it's a little bit warmer out here. We're a little bit low on gas. I'm gonna hit the SRT race page. If you know what SRT stands for, type it in the comments and I will shout you out. So it's loading up right now. My seatbelt is on. I want to make sure everything is adjusted properly. Mirror. And you know, I like to let the car warm up for a little bit, even though it's not necessary. I definitely like to do that. And then my foot's on the brake, and I'm going to go ahead and roll down very easily and taking my time. And then the SRT page is slowly popping up. You notice I'm looking left and right, being careful here, taking my time, always looking ahead. And you really got to be careful. In neighborhoods, they're the most dangerous place because you let your guard down. So we're at 60 pounds of oil pressure. Oil temperature is 120 degrees and the battery voltage is 14.1. So I'm going to roll down slowly, take my time. And you know, we're not trying to wake up the whole neighborhood here. We're just going to go ahead and roll out very smoothly. If you know the speed limit in the neighborhood, please type it into the comments. So we're going to talk about making some turns, observation skills. We're going to talk about getting on the expressway. The mirrors are adjusted properly. I can see a little bit of the car, everything else behind me. I'm at about 17 miles an hour. This intersection is a very dangerous intersection, T intersection. No one ever stops here. So one day I could be hurt. So I'm turning on my right turn signal. I'm going up to the edge, taking my time. And then you want to stop right in front of the stop sign. But now you got to move up. You can't see. So I'm moving up, turning on my right turn signal. Now I can increase my field of vision. You always want to turn in the nearest lane. The nearest lane is open. This is an open lane. And then I accelerate. Man, these vehicles are a beast. This is the SRT brand vehicle. It's got some modifications to it. You know, we'll get in that in a later date. And if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. And I'm definitely thinking about starting a second YouTube channel that will be more toward oriented performance. I'm looking over my right shoulder. I get over. I'm scanning the intersection. I'm looking, checking, and I'm going to turn into the nearest lane. Oh, I just shifted into race mode. Oh my God. Whoa, that thing is flying. So I'm going to get over one lane to the right, take my time, and now I'm good. So I'm taking my time. I have good speed. I'm looking ahead, and I want to be careful. I'm not in a hurry, being safe. This thing is in sport mode, so it shifts at a different rate. You can hear it. It's just ready to just rip up some stuff, but I'm not trying to do that. So, but you can hear it holds at a different RPM. It's at about 3,000 RPMs right now. So I'm just scanning the intersection, looking ahead, checking my mirrors. You have to be heightened. You have to be aware of what's going on. So you're scanning, you're looking. I'm going to go ahead and get over to the left turn lane. I'm turning on my blinker 100 feet, a half a block. And I'm looking to get in where the yellow line is broken. I'm in, looked over my shoulder. Now I yield for cars. But if I go past the stop line, I'll get my front end knocked off. So it's not worth doing. So let's review a second. This thing is in sport mode. And I haven't had this vehicle here a while. It's got an 8-speed transmission. Notice I'm behind the stop line. If I go up past the stop line, I will get my front end knocked off. You see the person with the big trailers and people make wide turns, so I want to take my time. And I'm just here waiting. This is a protected left-hand turn. So now I have a blinking yellow, so I'll go up to the middle and I wait. You can see the broken yellow line. It kind of guides you. There's a gap, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on this gap. You can hear the motor. Woo! Man, this thing's getting out. You can hear it. I was out there. So that race mode is crazy. Sport mode is crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it down a little bit. I don't need this performance right now. So I'm back in regular mode. So that drops the RPMs down to about 1700. So I can't say specifically what's done to it, but those of you who know vehicles understand by the sound what's done to it. So you only use performance like this when you need it, and if you're not used to this type of performance, you shouldn't be driving a vehicle like this. But I'm safe, I'm within the speed limit, I'm checking my mirrors and blind spots. I see the big tanker truck wanting to get over one lane to the left, so I'm just increasing my following distance. I see the car to the left speeding, so I'm just taking my time. And you always need to check your mirror, and I'm giving some tips and things you need to know. Maintaining good speed control, taking your time. The RPMs are almost at 2,000. Oil pressure is at 51. Oil temperature is 172, and the battery voltage is holding at 14.2. I don't get a chance to drive this vehicle this much, so it's just kind of sitting there. So I like to get it out every now and then. And I'm getting off of this exit, so I'm going to turn on my right turn signal. And then this is a very interesting exit. It's a multi-lane exit, 2 lanes to the right, 2 lanes to the left. So I'm going to turn on my left turn signal. This lets people know what I'm doing. And then I'm going to start dropping my speed down, because when I hit this sign, I want to be at about 30. So I'm at 38 now, and the speed's going down slowly. If I slow down too much, this car behind me will hit me. So that's a very interesting, teachable moment. So if you slow down too abruptly, people behind you will hit you. So they're looking at me kind of strange, and I want to be a safe driver. So you need to learn from that situation. So this is a double left turn. I have to turn left, and I'll be in the inside lane by the double yellow. Those 2 lanes turn right. There's an outside lane and an inside lane. So I'm here set. Let's look at our vehicle again. Our oil pressure is down to 29 pounds. The battery voltage is at 14.1, 14.2. I need to drive this thing more because it sits and the battery doesn't really get fully charged. Oil temperature is about 183 degrees, so that's pretty good there. And you just want to check your gauges. You have your tachometer to the left. You have your gas, and it's low. You know, we know why. It's about in the middle for temperature, and you just want to make sure your vehicle's running and sounding good. And when you get to know your vehicle, you'll know the sounds that it makes. There are good sounds that it makes, there are bad sounds that it makes, and it runs inconsistent. So now when I turn, I want to show you this. I'm looking at that gray car. If they go past the stop line, it's going to be a problem. So I'm turning in my lane, and bam, I hit it. That was good. So you can see where this thing wants to run, but you got to have discipline. And if you go downhill on this drop too fast, a light of change, and cars coming off the expressway will definitely hit you. So even though the speed limit is, 45 here, I'm at about 43. I thought it was 50. Glad I wasn't driving at 50 miles an hour. So I'm scanning, I look ahead, I see the lights. Drive-through is also a very dangerous place too, because people are sticking french fries up their nose, and then they'll just come out and hit you because they're eating and they're not thinking about food. Whenever you stop, you want to see the rear of the tires. So if you found this content interesting and you learned something today, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, me driving a high performance vehicle, integrating safety and being responsible with, let me know. Give us a thumbs up. Thank you.